Hey, this is Carl, and welcome to another episode of Statues I Wish I Can Afford. So stay tuned. So for the guys who are new here, this is where I will be sharing pieces that I am currently interested in. Also pieces that I have passed on the pre-order this month. And pieces that I did pre-order or paid for the follow-up payments. I will also be sharing some thoughts on the statues, on why I like them or pass on them. And you will also be able to see which pieces that I will be receiving soon. So without further ado, let's start. Buckle up boys, this list is gonna be long. Grab a snack and enjoy. First on the list of interesting statues this month is this prototype reveal of a Daredevil statue. More specifically, the Wasteland or the black version of Daredevil. This statue definitely caught my attention. The red one, and not so much. I guess there's just something about black that makes anything look cool. Anyhow, sculpt on this one is pretty good in my opinion, and I'm really starting to like the sculptor. It's just that the black paint made it really sexy. So I'm definitely interested. Next is a prototype reveal of this tattoo version of a Samurai Logan. This statue actually came in two versions to choose from. The other one is a robe version, but I'm much more attracted to the tattoo version, obviously because of the tattoo. Not really sure if Wolverine is capable of having tattoos, but those Yakuza-like tattoos definitely are pretty cool. Prototype is actually painted by the factory's master painter, so expect the production unit to be very close to the prototype. Next again is another prototype reveal, and it's this Doctor Doom statue by Caleb Nefson. Yep, Caleb sculpted this museum masterpiece, but again, I am more interested in the White or God Doom version. Since I already have a normal Doctor Doom that was also sculpted by Caleb Nefson, yes, the one on the throne. So I think having the God Doom variant beside the throne will look cool, in my opinion anyway. If only his armor is showing his chest, the chest plate, the armor, and not that white robe. Similar to the comics, of course. Next is we have another Doctor Doom statue, but this time it's on a throne. So this is also a prototype reveal. This is sculpted by Steven Sanchez, and in my opinion is greatly inspired from the RCB Doctor Doom on throne. That one was sculpted by Caleb Nefson, the one I was talking previously. Anyway, it has like an anime-ish touch to it. Nonetheless, it's a pretty good Doctor Doom statue. Next is we have this She-Hulk, a museum type She-Hulk that is. This She-Hulk is a comic based She-Hulk and not from the MCU. Thank goodness. I get that there's a lot of hate from that TV show. Too bad the Marvels or MCU CG is becoming bad. Hopefully it won't be bad on the big movies like the Avenger movies. Anyway, always really cool to see She-Hulk statues, and so far all the custom She-Hulk that I've seen looks pretty good and are selling quite well actually. Next is we have this Spider-Man. I think this was inspired from the comics or maybe an art, I'm not really sure. But the sculpt looks pretty good, especially the concept. Definitely fresh. I know it's not for everybody, but I do find it very interesting. That's why it's in the list. Next is we have a female character, and we have this Supergirl. This is actually available in two scales, which is 1/3 and 1/4 scale. Sculpt looks pretty damn good on this one, of course, especially the portraits because it's sculpted by my favorite female sculptor, so no doubt this Supergirl will do well. And it's also really cool that they added a black version of her, I mean the suit. Definitely very new to my eyes. Next is a character we probably never seen before in statue form, and it's this Man-Bat. This is actually part of a Batman villain line which I started collecting actually, and all those characters in the lines are sold out. That's how good this statue is. Well, this Man-Bat is actually pretty good as well. It's just that it's a very rare character, but however the sculpt really makes you want to own the statue. Speaking of Batman, next is we have Batman riding a bike. I believe the XM one is better in a lot of ways, but I really do love the portraits on this one, and I think the portraits on this one is better than XM. But as for the bike, I gotta give that to XM. Anyway, overall, this statue looks pretty good, exactly why it's mentioned here in the list, and I am definitely interested. Next is we have this Cowboy Logan. This was actually originally sold out, but you know, buyers fall off, especially when it's almost ready to ship. So I'd like to mention this guy back in here to give collectors the chance to see him again and might actually buy it. In my opinion, this is the best Cowboy Logan around, even though it's simple looking because it's a museum type statue. Next is we have this Iron Spider-Man, more specifically the black version of Iron Spider-Man. I already have the red version from RCB, which is sculpted by the same sculptor as this one, which is Steven Sanchez. So I might really consider getting the black one instead. Really love the concept, looks very fresh to me, and it's pretty cool they added a switch out that wouldn't take much space to display. It's actually the arm from his back, but it's a bit lower, I mean shorter. Overall, it has tons of switch out, 3 sets of arms, and actually 5 portraits. Woot. Next is we have another prototype reveal, and it's this Kingdom Come Green Lantern. It's actually part of the line, and the next one will be Wonder Woman. Not really familiar with comics for both Marvel and DC, but I think the Kingdom Come series received a lot of praise. So this is a very comic accurate sculpt of Green Lantern from the comics, from the Kingdom Come series. I think it came out pretty good, especially with the green acrylic sword, so it will definitely have light up features. Next is we have another Logan, and I promise you guys this is the last one. So this is the Old Man Logan. All Logans came from the same studio actually, so this guy is already printed and it's just waiting on the prototype paint. And this is definitely a pretty good addition to any Wolverine collections. I think this is not also the first of its kind. I think there's a different custom Old Man Logan with a child before. Nonetheless, the sculpt still looks pretty good. Next is we have this Sapphire. There's just really something about the renders that make you attracted to it, you know? And no, it's not the sexy body, but maybe that helps though. Anyhow, pre-order is still not open for this one, but hopefully soon. Next is just a teaser, and we have a diorama of Spawn. This is actually the third Spawn in their line. The first one was the one with the big dead monster head on the base. And the second one is the Gunslinger spawn. Last on the interest list is we have a Venomized Spider-Gwen. This is actually a sold out statue, and rightfully so. I just want to include it here for recognition because it does look pretty cool, making it very interesting. And I think it's probably the best Venomized Spider-Gwen around. Next will be statues that I pass on or no longer interested in. First is this Cosmic Spider-Man. This is actually coming from my favorite Spider-Man group or studio. Not really for me, and you'll know why later on. Next and the last is this Jubilee prototype reveal. Pre-order has actually opened for this one a while back, but there's still slots available. I think pre-order opened like a year ago. It has been a long wait for this one, and I think it's kinda disappointing on the portraits especially. Was really interested in seeing the prototype as I wanted to collect Danger Room bases on my X-Men line. However, I got disappointed with the portraits, so easy pass again. Just gonna wait on the next Jubilee statue, and I'm actually considering giving up on my Danger Room line already. Next will be statues that I pre-ordered or paid for follow-up payments. First on the list is I pre-ordered this Cosmic Spider-Man. I think this is the best Cosmic Spider-Man that you can pre-order right now. Not sure really if there's already a Cosmic Spider-Man statue that's not modded before. Anyhow, I love the translucent base that this statue is going to have. I do hope his torso is also gonna be translucent because it will be painted really good with cosmic stuff if it was translucent. Next, I bought the prototype of this Cruel Wolf Wolverine yellow version. I've already said my thoughts about it in my review. The reason I bought it is because the price was pretty good. It's a steal in fact. And I'm just gonna repaint my other Cruel Wolf Wolverine to a different version of Wolverine, so stay tuned for that. Next is I bought a second-hand Sideshow Daredevil premium format, but just the regular version. The price was really cheap. It was like around $350 US or maybe less. It's not that bad of a statue, though my heart still belongs to the Iron Studios Daredevil. But this is actually good enough, plus it's just 1/3 the price. Next is I pre-ordered this father and son, Goku and Gohan diorama. It's from KDC, a pretty good Dragon Ball custom studio. Not sure why I pre-ordered it besides I want to expand my Dragon Ball collection. Really looking forward for Dragon Ball stuff to come in. Next is I pre-ordered another Final Fantasy IX statue, and this time it's Freya. I honestly already forgot the backstory for this character, but I do remember her. Anyway, I do want to finish the FF9 line from this studio, so here she is. Next, I pre-ordered this Incredible Hulk that was sculpted by Alejandro Pereira. I got it because I think it's not that big, plus it matches my Avengers collections real good. Although it's not Ultron related, but the base definitely matches. And I can always 3D print Ultron parts and put it randomly on the base. Next is a dumbass pre-order, and I got this Sideshow Ironman Mark 3. Just wanted it because it's the iconic pose, plus it's Iron Man, and plus I do have the older Iron Man one. So a new version of it would look pretty cool next together, I guess. Plus the price isn't that bad, though it can be cheaper. Next, I pre-ordered this Iron Man Mark 45 from Queen Studios. It's actually a bundle or a set, and the other Iron Man is the Mark 85. So I pre-ordered both this statue as it gave me like a 100 USD discount. I think I forgot. It's part of the Iron Man line I am currently collecting from Queen Studios. So I really got to have this one. I really got to have both of them. Next is I pre-ordered this Lady Thor. This is gonna be part of my Asgardian line. Though this is not a museum type statue, but it's from my favorite studio and I love supporting them. Hopefully they do the Broken Mjolnir from the MCU movie as a fan service. Next, I bought another secondhand statue, and this time it's this Red 13. It's from the Final Fantasy VII franchise. And it's not from the same studio as the Sephiroth that I made a review of. Anyway, I know this studio is gonna complete the line, hence why I wanted to get him. Price was a bit expensive as it is coming from the US and not from China. I mean, the shipping is expensive, not the statue itself. It is what it is. I'm glad I finally was able to get him so I can finish the line. Complete the line. Next, I pre-ordered this Ryu, and it's actually my first Street Fighter statue. And it's actually shipping too. This is probably gonna be the best Ryu statue around, so might as well have it in the collection. And expand my Street Fighter line, I guess, slowly. Not gonna be too crazy on Street Fighters, just gonna buy the really good ones. Next, I bought another secondhand statue, and it's the Sensational Spider-Man. This is actually bundled with the Sideshow Daredevil previously. I bought both of them from Alan Nang. And oh, by the way, credits to Polystone DE for the photos. I can't find the original photos for this statue, and the photos they did are actually pretty good. Anyway, hope the guys from Polystone doesn't mind. Anyway, so this guy is coming and will be perfect for my Spider-Man collection behind me. Next is I paid for the final payment and shipping for this Silver Surfer and the Black Silver Surfer version, or the Fallen Silver Surfer. This is part of my Annihilator line, but I don't think that I'd be displaying them together because that'll look weird in my opinion. The studio did a last-minute Silver Surfer switch out. Yeah, the whole Silver Surfer will be the actual switch out. The goal is actually to have no visible sims. This statue won't come the same time, so I might have to do different unboxing for each of them. Next, I paid this accessory for the Sideshow Silver Surfer, the one that was sculpted by Daniel Bell. I actually got 2 of them for both his hands. And it has already shipped actually and should be arriving soon. And this is actually my second accessory for the Silver Surfer. The first one is the Galactus hand. And I do hope they will make Silver Surfer stand alone on the Galactus hand without the original base from Sideshow. Next, I pre-ordered this Venom. I like it because it's museum type in my opinion. I've actually been waiting for a pretty good museum type Venom and here he is. I actually have 3 museum type Venoms now on pre-order. Anyhow, really love the sculpt on this one and he really looks very terrifying, which I like. And finally, I paid for the final payment and shipping for this Zidane. Funny that I mentioned this last month actually, and now it's already on its way. The reason for that is it's actually a very late pre-order, so I'd be receiving my very first Final Fantasy IX and Final Fantasy VII statues from the same studio, and hopefully many more to come. So that's the end of the episode. What do you guys think of the pieces mentioned in the video? Let me know if you think I've missed some pretty good pieces this month. Thanks for watching and see you again next month. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this.